This is the Leo Climaco podcast.
Have all the relationships, have confidence and clarity within your life, within your body, within your family, within God, and ultimately, sustainable success in every single aspect of your life. This segment is called the War Zone. We're going to break down what the war is and every single battle of that war and how it should be fought and how you can ultimately win at this game. Because ultimately, it's a game. It's a game that you play. And it's a game that you can, if it's a game that you play, it's a game that you can win. And it's a game that there's a strategy. There are ways for you to succeed by striking your first domino and allowing that trickle-down effect to give you momentum and to escalate you into your peak. I want to welcome in our co-host, Julien, the man, the dad, the myth, the legend. Excuse me.
Well, thanks, Leo. And yeah, that's a very important topic, right? We came to this revelation of there's one war, but there are many battles.
Yeah.
Some men struggle in specific battles, right?
I feel like most men struggle in several battles.
Several battles. And it does not mean that you're going to lose the war.
Right.
Right? To win a big war, you have to win multiple battles.
Yeah.
And some battles are tougher than other battles. Right? We've identified a couple of battles. That does not mean that those are the battles that encompasses everything. I'm sure there are others. But we've identified a couple of big ones.
Yeah.
Right? That we believe are battles that once you win those, you've won the war. The very first one we talked about was trauma. It's a huge one. It's a big domino.
It's probably the biggest one. I feel like every single person is carrying some kind of trauma.
Yeah. And sometimes it's so deep. Right? When we talk about, especially as men, we've shut down pieces of us that allows us to feel. Right? The old saying, nobody cares about your feelings.
Right.
Nobody cares about your feelings. Nobody got time for that. And so we've subscribed.
Be a man. Go be a man.
Yeah, we've subscribed to that.
Yeah.
Right? And so therefore we have pushed down those feelings so deep
Yeah.
that we have a very low vocabulary of feelings. The one that we deal with the most, and we know how to deal with it, anger. Oh, we get mad, and we know how to release anger. We yell, we hit, we push, we pull. We know how to do that.
We sedate.
We sedate, but we don't know how to deal with shame, with guilt, with love, with gratitude, with happiness, right? Sadness. We don't want to be sad. Oh, no, I don't want to be sad. I don't have time for that. Versus allowing ourselves to pause and release. That means we have to be in there long enough to feel the emotion, to talk about it, then maybe to reframe it.
Right.
And then to move. We just don't allow ourselves to stay in there long enough.
One thing that you told me today that was really eye-opening was that within each battle, there's levels to this shit.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you may feel personally that you're losing this battle.
Yep.
You're fighting it, but you feel like you're losing the battle. But if you actually zoom out and take a 30,000-foot view of your battle, you can actually see how far you've actually come and how much ground you've won in this battle and how much you're actually winning and you're just chipping away. And because you're chipping away at a slow but consistent rate, you may not see the progress, as you're moving along. So it's really nice to take a step back, take a temperature, look around, not compare yourself to others, but just have an understanding that you're doing okay, right? And that you are on the right path. Even though you may not have completely won this battle yet, you are still in the fight, you're chipping away, and you're getting closer every day.
Yes, and that's why sometimes the perception that we have of ourselves is rarely accurate. Rarely accurate, right? Sometimes we think we're here when we're actually there. Or sometimes we think we're there, but we're actually here.
Yeah.
Right? I've always shared this with like me and doing Muay Thai, right? Where my coach was like, you're a big dude. And I was like, nah, I'm not. It's like, you're a big dude. It's like, nah, I'm not. Right? But I'm 6'3", dude. But I'm 6'3", 215.
Yeah.
Right? And most of the guys over there are not that. But my perception of myself is like, I'm not a big dude. Because I'm used to be with like next to 6'6", 6'7", 6'8" guys. Right? So I've never had this perception of me being a big dude.
Right.
I'm much heavier and stronger than I was when I was in college.
For sure.
So I'm not the same body, right? And so understanding that a coach can actually tell you how you actually look, like a proper assessment of where you at versus your own, right? Because he can hold a mirror next to you and be like, hey, here's the mirror, not your mirror that doesn't work. Let me show you a legit mirror that allows you to see. That's what a coach does. I can mirror things for you, right? And inside of trauma, that's an important one. When you think that you haven't achieved or there's things that you still dealing with, and you can actually have a mirror held to show you. That's one of the first one. The next one we had was inside of belonging, right? For me, that's a big one. That was one that has been part of my trauma. Right? Mixed heritage.
Yeah.
White people tell me I'm black. Black people tell me I'm white. And I just don't feel that I'm part of anybody. And I don't feel accepted. And I don't want to be in the middle. And I don't feel like I belong. Then I live in this space. Then I live in Europe and the same thing. Then I go to the United States and the same thing. I'm never from here. And so I never feel like I belong. And so it creates something. Right? But there's different things for different people. You may be a solopreneur. Or you're just an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And you're just isolated in your business, working and feel like nobody understands who you are or the challenges that you have. You're the one that has to make all the decisions. You're the one that controls payroll. You're the one that controls your clients.
And you're feeling all that pressure.
And so you cannot go and share that with people close to you because they might feel like, wow, if you are afraid, oh my God.
We're fucked.
We're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because you're never afraid. And now you're afraid. And that's just not fair. Right? It's just not fair.
No.
If the king feels like the kingdom is in trouble, everybody is like, oh shit. The kingdom is in trouble.
Right.
But this is where loneliness and feel like I don't belong to any groups, which is not, again, it's not a true assessment.
And with that leads to you feeling worthless and unvalued. Right? Because if you don't belong anywhere, you don't really know who you are or what you are. At that young of an age, it's very hard to come to the understanding that your self-worth and your value comes from within. Right? You don't need others or external or materialistic things to define you and to make you who you are. Those are just tools and props and accessories. But the real love, the real joy, the real happiness comes from within. You and everybody else and me, we all need to learn that the only way to truly please and satisfy yourself, for you to feel valued and worthy, is to simply love yourself. And understand that you are enough. You have everything inside of you. God built the perfect package. There's nothing missing. Nothing external, nothing anybody else is going to provide for you or give you that's going to make you whole. You have everything inside of you to make yourself whole. Right? And then I feel like each battle, I feel like each battle ties into each other.
Yeah, 100%. And I think even, you have the Thor hammer there, right? Which is the whole story behind being worthy.
Yes, sir. Captain America is
Captain
worthy.
America. I'm going to say, dun, 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 but I don't think that's the sound. But the piece of worthiness is, as modern day warriors, entrepreneurs, I truly believe we're the one that can pivot everything, because we're the one that take the risk.
I was just going to say that. We're the risk takers.
Hire people.
Yeah.
Spend the money, right? Like I think entrepreneurs spend more money than people that have a regular job.
We spend way too much money.
Hey, we can make more. We can produce more.
We understand that money is a tool and it must be applied properly. To make more money, you must make money work for you.
There we go. And so one of the challenging pieces inside of worthiness is that we've tied in worthiness to achievement, because we're achievers. We're producers.
Say that one more time.
We've tied in worthiness to achievement. So if I start something and it doesn't quite yield what it's supposed to, then I feel like I'm not worthy.
Something external.
Yeah.
Allowing something external to give you value and self-worth.
Any warrior, think of this. Does a warrior that goes to war and doesn't win a war feels like he is a true warrior?
No.
No, he doesn't. Because he's like,
The battle wasn't won.
the battle wasn't won. It's my fault.
What he needs to understand, that regardless of that, he's still a warrior.
Exactly. It doesn't change who you are.
He's still a man in the arena.
He's still a man in the arena that's willing to show up, be bloody, and put in the work. Mm-hmm. It's just like the whole story that the speakers do with the $20 bill, right? They grab it, they just go like this, they put it on the floor, they stomp on it, and they ask people like, who still want it? And then they just stomp on it some more, like, who still want it? And all the hands stay. Why? Because the value doesn't change. It might look all messed up, all bloody, all
I've
dirty.
never heard of that before.
Yeah. It doesn't change
What a
the value.
genius idea.
It does not change the value of the money.
I might do that shit on stage.
There we go. Do it.
Take $100 bill and just crumble it up.
Yeah. It does not change the value of it. So it doesn't matter for you as an entrepreneur, as a warrior, if things are not great, your value doesn't change. It stays the same. And so it kind of leads to the next battle, right? Which is balance. I like to tie in balance, and to obviously it is your family, but also burnout. And the reason I say that is because in this game of entrepreneurship, in this game of parenting, in this game of fatherhood, we're trying so hard to be present, so hard to provide, so hard to protect, so hard to search ourselves, so hard to support and to be at service, that sometimes we end up just hitting burnout, which is a signal. Now, whenever you hit burnout, right, you can have a truck and your truck is on empty and it keeps on moving because there's fumes.
Yep.
But at some points, when the truck stops, it stops. As an entrepreneur, when you hit burnout, everything stops.
To be real with you, I am like very close to burnout, which is why tomorrow I'm going on vacation.
There we go. And so oftentimes whenever you're close to hitting burnout or you are burnout is when you have imbalances, right?
Yep.
That's what we talk about core 4. Body, being, balance, and business. 4 things that you do consistently every day to make sure that all areas of your life are complete. That you're not just doing business, that you're not just working out, but you're actually taking care of your body, exercising and eating the right thing, or just taking supplements. You actually allowing yourself to pause, meditate, reconnect, 7-20 minutes. You allow yourself to do a daily deposit into your wife and your kids, right? Or your partner and people close to you. And then you allow yourself to learn something new in your business every single day. So there's not this pendulum swing that keeps on going. And that's an important battle that you need to win and figure out, because otherwise you will keep on being stuck there and lose that one, because you're going to burn out. And when you burn out, you're going to crash and burn everything.